Snipers, you have to see what's happening to the Bitcoin price today. Just as we predicted yesterday, we reached our target of 56,000. We have consolidated in this range, and we saw a minor pullback earlier today, just like we saw last weekend and the weekend before that. I always tell you guys, the weekends are the most manipulated in the cryptocurrency markets due to CME futures markets being closed. But I want to talk about Bitcoin and also look at Ethereum. You can see we saw a major pullback, breaking the support level down to the weekly open before seeing a rush of liquidity come in. And now we're finding some resistance at this major level. I want to talk about the upside and downside targets and what levels to watch for Ethereum. And then we pull up the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. We saw another fake out yesterday. You can see here 2 fake outs already to break out of this downtrend. I want to talk about whether or not this is going to continue to come down or if we're going to see this break out at some point. We'll do some Fibonacci retracements to really get a good calculation of what to watch with the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. And then Bitcoin dominance is quite concerning to me right now. You can see we're above this weekly open. This could affect altcoins. We have a lot to talk about today. You guys are watching the Snipers channel. My name is Naeem Al-Obeidi. If you appreciate this content, remember to like this video. First, I want to talk about this Bitcoin pullback that you can see came all the way down to the 1 hour Ichimoku cloud support level before seeing a push right back to the upside. This to me is not too worrisome due to the fact that it is during the weekend. This is when we see the most manipulation. You have to realize that last Sunday we did see a dip here and a spike in sell pressure. The same thing we saw the Sunday before that, a spike in sell pressure and a dip. And of course that always happens during the weekend. We saw some sell pressure come in, but we've yet to see more sell pressure, and that to me shows us that this was just some weekend manipulation. But we really want to be careful about tomorrow because Sunday is coming and this is just day 1 of the weekend, and there is a potential we could see another dip. And if that happens, I do not want to see us come down to the support level. If we come down to the support level, then we must hold this for Bitcoin. If not, then there is a possibility we can come down to this weekly open sitting at 48,500 US dollars. However, if we continue to consolidate here and we do not form any more major lows or highs, in my opinion, that would be very positive for altcoins, and Bitcoin can still have the chance to run up further during the week. But for now, I'm totally fine with a consolidation here for Bitcoin. That to me is extremely positive. When we look at the 3 moving averages, you can see right now, the daily moving averages, even just the 50-day moving average, is really far away from the price action right now. So we are still inside of a parabolic rally. And you can see if we were to come down to this 50-day moving average, it would be detrimental to the Bitcoin price. And so we do want to monitor this chart because initially we did see that push up and then we saw a bounce to that 50-day moving average. So always monitor this 50-day moving average. In my opinion, it's extremely crucial, and it's currently coming up beyond the previous all-time high where we initially started to consolidate for Bitcoin. And so I am going to be monitoring this, but we have to take the weekends lightly because we know there's manipulation, and we reached our price target just as we predicted at 56,000 and started to consolidate exactly as we talked about yesterday. And that's really the case for Bitcoin. I want to talk about what's happening to Ethereum because what you'll notice here is on the hourly chart, every time that we've seen the RSI become extremely oversold, we've seen a new all-time high. And this has a lot of correlations with what's happening right now during the weekend. And so this is going to teach you a lot. I'm going to go ahead and remove these useless indicators for this specific analysis. And I want you to notice this. So the hourly became oversold here. We saw a dip. This was on a Sunday, and then we saw a new all-time high. The hourly became oversold here last weekend, and we saw a Sunday dip and then a new all-time high. Now realize this dip happened on a Saturday, and we've yet to see the RSI become oversold. To me, that is quite concerning because we could potentially see another dip tomorrow on a Sunday, another weekend, and that could eventually be the final bottom before a rally up because we've yet to see this oversold. And this is the first weekend that we saw the dip on a Saturday, not a Sunday. And so I think that's very important to keep note of when it comes to Ethereum's price. And then when we pull up this Ichimoku cloud on the 1 hour, you can see we are below the 1 hour Ichimoku cloud. But on the 4 hour chart, you can see we didn't even get to come down and test that, but we did test the weekly open. And so in my opinion, this weekly open is showing us it's very critical, and this is going to reset tomorrow. And so I am going to update the weekly open. This was the previous weekly open, but this is going to be the new weekly open as the new week starts. And so we'll keep this green line here to watch this as this weekly open resets into the new week. But for now, that obviously is a major support level. Now the volume wasn't too significant for the Ethereum to USDT chart to buy this dip up. We saw more sell pressure than buy pressure here. So I am a little bit concerned. I think the main thing we want to see with Ethereum right now is a break above this and some hourly candle confirmations above this level. And we also have a CME gap at 1981.50. Keep that in mind because these CME gaps tend to get filled, and so Ethereum could stay in this range all the way until Monday or maybe Sunday evening when futures markets open to ensure the CME gets filled before continuing to the upside. And so there's a lot of major levels to watch here. In my opinion, we want to get above this support level first. You know, we are kind of testing it right now, flirting with it. We had a 15-minute candle kind of close above it, one closed right on it, but we really want to see hourly candles above this, and then really the upside potential will only come if we're able to get above that CME gap, and more importantly above this resistance level where we already broke out into the $2,000 range. And so that's going to be critical for the Ethereum chart. But that 1 hour chart does worry me just a little bit, and so I want to bring that up because we've yet to see the 1 hour RSI get oversold, and that tends to be the bottom for these weekend dips, and so we want to keep that in mind. Now I do want to talk about what's happening to Ethereum to Bitcoin, and maybe you'll learn a lot from this analysis because we've seen this chart flirt with this triangle for too long now. In my opinion, we saw a couple fake outs and breakouts. You can see fake out, and right now we're back inside of this triangle forming new lows, and so we're seeing the Ethereum price against Bitcoin falter. And in my opinion, what we really want to watch at this point is the major Fibonacci retracement levels. You know, when all indicators don't work, the Fibonacci always works, right? And so we'll pull up this low here that was formed in December and take the Fibonacci retracement and look at exactly what price levels are going to be extremely critical in order for us to determine a trend reversal. And so what you'll notice is so far what's happened is we saw this initial pullback down to the 0.5 level for the Fibonacci, and then we saw a immediate push to the upside, and right now we're really fighting at that 0.50 level in the Fibonacci retracement, which is known to be a retracement level. Usually the 0.38 becomes a retracement. So when you form a high and then you come down, the 0.38 typically holds until further upside, and if that doesn't hold, typically it's the 0.50, and you can see we did see a reaction there, but nothing significant, and then we eventually came back down below it. And so at this point, if we stay below this 0.50 level for the Fibonacci retracement, then heading down to the 0.618 level is going to become very likely, and that's that 3170 Satoshi level for Ethereum to Bitcoin. And so at this point, I want to ensure that we can maintain our price action above this level, and this is really sitting at the daily open. So the longer we see this below the daily open, the more bearish this becomes. But if we can get above this daily open, and really we want to get above these two red lines here at 35,500, if we can get there, that to me would show us signs of life here, and then the real confirmation is going to come at this major support level here where we'll have to come up and then break through that weekly open, because you can see so far we've struggled quite a bit to get above this weekly open all week, and so that to me is very critical for the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. But if this does break out, Ethereum will have a ton of upside because of the fact that there's so much room here for this to go. And at this point, when it comes to downside targets, I think that 0.618 level will hold if we continue down, and that would be the worst case scenario. Of course, during the weekend, we have to take these things lightly. So yes, we did break the 0.5 level this weekend, but that's during the weekend. We didn't break it during the week. And so realize that at this point, I am watching that 0.5 level for us to have either a confirmation of a breakdown or a breakout, because if we're able to get above that, that would be extremely positive for the Ethereum to Bitcoin chart. And then when we look at Bitcoin dominance, this is quite concerning when it comes to altcoins. You can see we are above this weekly open right now. When we pull up the daily moving averages, you can see we keep coming back to this major moving average here at the 200 period, and we keep testing that. We've tested that almost every day for the last 2 weeks, and so at some point or another, when you're knocking on the door this much, it's going to break out. And so realize that we've yet to see a death cross this 50 period crossing below this 100 or 200 period moving average. And so at this point, this is a very critical chart. If we close any daily candles above the 200-day moving average, then that could indicate a reversal in Bitcoin dominance, and then we could potentially see altcoins falter against Bitcoin, but we've yet to get confirmation of that. And so far, we're still in a downtrend, and we have this 50-period moving average coming down here to cross below this 200-period moving average. And so in my opinion, as long as we can finally get back below this weekly open again and continue into this downward channel, then that would be positive for altcoins. But beyond that, then things have to be extremely vigilant until we see the confirmation of whether or not this is going to break out of the 200-period moving average or not. So very interesting stuff happening today. Others dominance is just kind of chilling here. We're not seeing too much price action. We've been within these candle ranges for the last week now, and so not much to look at here. Really, this triangle has become invalid at this point because the levels have breached it so much, and we're below the weekly open right now, so that is quite bearish. But remember, this is going to reset today, and so what I'd like to see is us to get above this weekly open. Of course, that would be the first bullish sign for others dominance, but for now, we'll continue to monitor this. And then when we look at the DXY, we are going to see this open up here soon. Remember, we're sitting here at this 50-period moving average. We want to get far and below that in order for us to assume more asset prices increasing, not just in cryptocurrencies, but even in real estate, precious metals, stocks. That would be very positive. But if we start to come up, remember, this 100-period moving average is going to be critical because we could potentially see a trend reversal, since we've never broke this 100-period moving average since this downtrend has started throughout March 2020, when we saw the massive dip in the dollar value. And so realize that things are looking extremely fragile in the markets right now, and that's why I think we saw a major dip today, and things are very critical when it comes to Bitcoin dominance, in my opinion, right now, because a lot of people are talking about all of these altcoins, but if Bitcoin dominance comes back into the equation, then we could see Bitcoin really take over a lot of the market caps of these altcoins. But we have yet to get a confirmation of that, and I'm still very positive about altcoins. And so we will continue to monitor this. Of course, right now, the biggest thing for me right now is to whether or not Ethereum right here is going to be able to maintain back above this major support, because remember, this hourly candle did not give us a oversold RSI, and that in the past has been the confirmation of a bottom, but we haven't got that confirmation yet. So it's just a puzzle piece on the table. It's the weekend. That's when the institutions and the whales love to manipulate this market. And so let's just take everything lightly. And if you guys enjoyed this content, remember to like this video. I do want to choose a giveaway winner for one of our books from our video yesterday. If you guys want to enter into this giveaway, all you have to do is comment below and share this video, and you have a chance to win one of my favorite books on investing, whether it's trading psychology, all about candlestick charting, even Principles by Ray Dalio is really good if you want to learn more about value investing. Jason Pine, you won the book from our video yesterday. Go ahead and send me a message on Instagram. The link is in the description below. He says, "Thank you, Naeem. Awesome content and learning abilities provided. Love the Discord trade alerts also. Cheers." Yes, I'm getting a ton of messages, by the way, right now from a lot of you guys making tons of profits. I love getting those messages. Thank you guys for all of the kind words. I am so happy for each and every one of you guys. I'm sorry if I can't get back to all of you guys. I'm getting bombarded, especially during the times that cryptocurrencies are booming like this. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys. This is my way of showing my appreciation, and I will see you guys on our video tomorrow. Hopefully one of you guys can win the book. If you want to enter into that, just comment below and share this video. And Jason Pine, remember to message me on Instagram to claim your book. And with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this content. It will be a very interesting day tomorrow as futures markets open. So stay tuned for tomorrow's video. And with that being said, snipers out.